Hey guys, welcome back. This is Grimace63 back at it again with another Star Trek Online video. Today's video is mainly going to focus on EC, how to make it, and well, actually it's more of how I make EC. This system works for me. I'm not necessarily guaranteeing it's going to work for you, but it works for me. It's very mindless. It's incredibly simple, and you know, I've done all right with it. I'm running a little bit low on cash right now, just because that new lockbox came out, and I've been buying up all the keys I can get my hands on. So I was looking at it today, and I definitely need to go ahead and get back into it so I can start making some more cash. I fell below 30 million, and I definitely want to get myself back up over 100 million, especially now that we're starting to see ships go on the exchange a lot more. You know, you can find all the Kelvin Timeline ships, the Jem'Hadar fighters, you know, all that stuff is actually hitting the EC, so I want to make sure I get enough money up there so if something comes along my way, I want to be able to go ahead and pick it up. So now, like anything, in game or in real life, you know, to make money, you need a little bit of money. So for this, I mean, I would say have somewhere around 1 million, 2 million EC should give you enough money to at least get yourself started. You know, and if you guys watch my previous videos, you know how I started off, how I got my money from running fluid dynamics. Very simple. We just go into here. I'll show you real quick. You just go down here to episodes and then Borg, and it's the very last Borg mission. As you can see here, upon completing, you get your choice of anti-proton weapons. You can do a beam array, dual beam bank, or dual cannons. Personally, I always stick with the beam array. It's the easiest one to sell. It's very high demand, so I'll just go ahead and run this. You can run it once every half hour. So, I mean, if you're on for 2 or 3 hours, I mean, you could conceivably make, you know, 2 million bucks without too much of difficulty. If you're going to run this mission, it's best off to run it with someone else. By yourself, it can be very challenging, especially that diamond there at the end just kind of moves all over the place, and it can get a little challenging. 2 people, it's no problem. It's about 15 minutes. You can burn through it, and as I said, you run it every half hour, and bam, before you know, you got enough money to go ahead and do this. So basically what I do, and guys, I promise you, if it's nothing revolutionary, it's very simple. I just go in here to the exchange, and let's do, since we were talking about anti-protons, let's go down here to some ship weapons, and we'll do anti-proton, and let's do a beam array. Now go ahead and I'll select this quantity, or quality, to very rare. And bam, let's go all the way up here to the top. So you can see on here, the price of these is actually pretty high. It's a little higher than it's been most of the day. Most of the day it's been hovering right around 4 to 450. Looks like it's up to about 500 right now. I think that's a little bit high. I wouldn't want to spend 500 for them. I usually try to keep the price around 400,000. So as you can see here, you've got this guy right here, 350,000. Next one above it, same exact one. But, I mean, geez, look at that. That's an extra 150,000. So I'm going to go in here. Let me just go ahead and buy this. And this right here, guys, is why I never undercut anyone. Like, I don't undercut people. You know, like we see here, like the price right now is setting at $4.99. I think it's too high. I really do. But I'm not going to go ahead and I'm not going to undercut these people. What I'm going to do right here is I'm going to sell my anti-proton beam array for the same exact amount of money that this guy's selling his for. I don't even feel the need to undercut him for the one EC like he did on the guy previous to him. It just doesn't matter, because as soon as I go in here and sell it, even if I keep it the same price as his, mine's going to be listed first, because it was the last one on there. So we'll just go in here, let's pump that bad boy. Oh man, you know what, that quick I forgot what the price was. Sorry about that. Let's see, ship weapons. $499.97. So I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to sell it for $499.97. And let's go back in. Let's take a look. And there we go. As you can see, this one here is mine. It automatically puts mine up there at the top since it's the last one to go on. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to sell it there. Guys, this is why you never undercut someone. Because that person that just sold it for $350,000, thank you, by the way, sold that to me for $350,000. He just basically lost out on almost 150,000 EC. You know, I mean, it's that simple. Like, yeah, obviously he's going to sell it quicker than I'm going to sell mine here, but it doesn't matter. This one's still going to sell. You know, so like I don't need that money instantly. I've built up enough credits. Even when I didn't have a lot of credits, I never felt the need to have that money instantly. So when you get yourself like, oh, I need this money right away, I need this money right away, you're losing out on money. Like that guy just lost himself out on 150K. So and basically that's what I do. You know, I spend a lot of time here with the anti-proton stuff just because it is in such high demand. You know, a lot of builds are going with anti-proton. So, but I mean, you can literally do this with anything. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing it on some of the more obscure stuff. Like if you go in there and it's exotic particle damage increase. I mean, that's tough. There's not a lot of science officers out there. Don't get me wrong. There's a ton. But compared to engineers and tactical, there's a lot less science. All right. So I'm going to go with something that is people are going to use a lot more, you know, that way I'm not taking as big of a risk. I have gone in here and I have bought things and I have set prices and ended up losing out on money. You know, the stuff just never sold. The price that I set was too high. That's why I think this price here is too high. 500K for anti-proton beam array. It's going to be really hard to sustain it at that price, and it's going to be hard. People aren't going to want to buy it at that price. So normally, if I had a couple more, in my inventory, I would put that price probably, since they're at 500K, I'd put it probably about 420, 425, just to keep it there. Set the price at 425, and then just buy up anything before that. So just keep that in mind, guys. Be careful. Don't set the prices too high. Just because it works for you one time doesn't mean it's going to work for you the entire time. But as I said, you don't have to do this with the anti-proton beam arrays. I mean, you can literally do this with anything that you want. You know, just sticking with the anti-protons. Let's go here to the tacticals consoles, and let's take a look at them. So, cool. What do we get? Oops, I messed that up. See, that always bums me out. You gotta go back and select it each time. Such a pain. I know that's not right. Tactical, very rare. Alright, cool. There we go. Man, look at this. Thank you. By the way, thank you for this. You just made me a lot of money on that. But you see that. You had that for someone had that selling for $150,000. When the next available one's $998,999. Like, I mean, come on, guys. Like, I mean, that was probably either one, a mistake. He meant to put it in for 1.5 million, which makes, again, almost no sense either. Or two, they just went ahead and sold something without checking the value for it. And I understand. I've done that before, too. I think this is worth 200K. Bam, there you go. And 3 seconds later, it sells. You're like, ooh, I probably undercut that. You know, people do it all the time. Guys, I completely understand. It's a game. So, people do it. So, I mean, just capitalize on it. Be ready. Stay there with some cash. Well, I've got some of them. 998, 899. Let's go ahead and take a look at them again. Come on. Oh, so these are all mine. Alright, that makes sense. So cool, we'll just add another one on there for that same price. Again, you know, we're setting the price of this stuff, so let me go ahead and pop that on there. It was $998, $999. So yeah, I mean, guys, as I said, I mean, I wish I had some glitch or some super secret thing that you could do to make money, but I mean, really, I mean, it's that simple, you know? So, I mean, right there, I mean, that's almost $1 million EC I'm going to make from those two things. You know, you can go through, check it a couple times a day, you know, whenever you get an opportunity to, just go through and check and keep looking. And you can go in and you can do some other stuff. You can do different weapons, consoles, bridge officers. Again, I generally don't mess with all that extra stuff too much. You know, I know the weapons and I know the consoles. I don't really know much about the other equipment. You know, I don't know what the going right on them is. I would know if I needed to buy one, but for right now I don't. I'm never going to be selling any lockbox keys because I open up every single lockbox key that I get, and So I mean, mainly for me, I'm gonna stick with 4 or 5 of the ones that I currently do. And as I said, I mean, it makes me money. Could I go in there and make more money? Yeah, I probably could. But as I said, this is easy. It's simple. I don't really have to think about it too much. Once I start getting more money, I'm gonna start doing the same thing with ships, and that's when you start making the real money. You pick up a ship for 50 million, turn around and sell it for 75 million. You're not making a $250,000 profit anymore. You're making a $50,000 or $50 million profit, EC profit. So that's basically it. I mean, again, wish I had more for you, but just that's what I do. That's how I plan on making all my money. If anyone has any other thoughts or any other additional ways that they have to make money, then by all means, please put it in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a subscribe. Now, before I cut this off, I wanted to get all the information out in the beginning so that way I can do a little rant here at the end. I was just kind of dicking around on here today, and some guy was posting up in chat that he got scammed through a trade. Some guy said he was going to sell him a ship, a tier 6 ship, for 2 million EC. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like, I mean, it just blew my mind. Like, you're going to buy a tier 6 ship for 2 million EC, and that doesn't sound a little off to you? Anyway, I get it. Another thing, you guys, you have to understand, MMOs are filled with some of the nicest and coolest people you will ever meet. I have lifelong friends that I have met, and I still talk to from this day that I met 10, 11, 12 years ago, playing MMOs. And I mean, I met, we still talk, and you're sending text messages. You meet some really cool people on these games. But MMOs, they also have a tendency to attract the scum of the earth, the absolute worst people that society has to offer. And you just have to understand that. It comes with it. If you never played an MMO before, keep in mind, this game is filled with assholes. It just is. There's assholes everywhere. And these people, I don't know if they're just upset that maybe it's a micro penis thing, maybe their parents didn't hug them enough when they were younger, whatever. They come onto these games to ruin other people's days. And you just have to be on the lookout for it. Just be smart. And like, I'm not going to have sympathy for anyone that gets scammed in this game, because this game is idiot proof when it comes to trading. I mean, it is literally idiot proof. Not only do you have to accept the trade, like someone goes in, they put the trade, you click on accept, they click on accept, and then it goes to another phase where you have to confirm that trade, and they have to confirm that trade as well. So I mean, it gives you 2 different opportunities to be like, whoa, wait a second, he didn't put anything in that slot. So yeah, I mean, it gives you 2 different opportunities to make sure that you're not getting screwed over. So, I mean, if you get screwed over on this, I mean, yeah, it sucks. I mean, you know what, I'm sorry for you, but, maybe you're an idiot. Maybe it's your fault. I'm all about personal responsibility, guys. Personal responsibility. I have gotten scammed in MMOs before, more times than I'd like to count. I mean, all throughout the years. I mean, I've been doing this for, well over a decade now, and I've had my fair share of scams. And all of the scams come down to one simple factor. I got taken advantage of. Someone did not take advantage of me. I allowed myself to be taken advantage of, and that's how I always look at it. I mean, yeah, obviously, they're POS. I mean, they're just, the scum of the earth. But at the same time, I'm a smart guy. I should be able to figure it out, and I should know better. So I take personal responsibility for that. It is my fault. It's just, especially in this game, guys, I promise you, if you get scammed in this game, it's your fault. No one else's fault. Yeah, we all agree the person that scammed you is POS. But now we all know that they're all POSs, and they're here in this game. So if you get scammed, guys, it's your fault. Don't go into the chat and start, oh, make sure you report this guy, he scammed me, report this guy, he's a big scammer. I mean, guys, I mean, honestly, like, yeah, you can be salty, you can be mad, but the only person you can be mad at is yourself. All right? Like, I mean, that game really is foolproof when it comes to trading. So just keep it in mind. Once you know in the back of your head that, yeah, if you're trading someone face-to-face that you've never met before, odds are they're trying to scam you. I always anticipate that they are a scammer if I trade someone straight across like that, especially someone that I've never met before. And even, like friends, I had a buddy I used to play a game with, and I mean, we text back and forth and called back and forth for a year and a half, 2 years. He was a buddy, like, I mean, I would talk to him. I mean, I would send him at least a message once every day. You know, we would just talk, and you know, I knew about his sisters and his family, you know, whole 9 yards. You know, he was a friend. I would have called him a friend. If we had lived in the same area, we would have hang out. You know, and I remember going in, and we used to share accounts, and I remember I go in and I tried logging into his account and his password was changed. I'm like, ah, all right, no big deal. I logged into my account, everything in my account was gone. Had completely cleaned me out. Completely. Never heard from that guy again. Just, I mean, literally, just, you know, went ahead and took out that, you know, 2-year friendship like it never existed. And again, I mean, to this day, I've never talked to him again. You know, like, guys, this stuff happens. It happens all the time. All right, so be prepared for it. Don't trust anyone. Don't ever give out your passwords. Don't ever give anyone anything before they give you what is owed to you in return. You know, and that I know that's going to be a big thing when crafting comes out, because I know it was a big thing when I played DCUO. You know, people posting up in chat, we'll craft this for you in exchange for supplies plus a little tip. You know, that was the big thing in DCUO. People crafting, because, you know, the crafting stuff was hard to do and people didn't have all the crafting plans. So you go and you'd find someone that had the plans, you'd give them the stuff, they'd go craft it and bring it back to you. Well, guys, that's a horrible, horrible business model right there. All right? Like, I would never do that with anyone. Like, I would only trade with someone if they had already made the part. Then I would transfer them all the equipment plus their tip, whatever it was that they wanted. But I'm not going to give this to you, send you on your merry way when you have absolutely no incentive to come back to me. None whatsoever. So, guys, honestly, just, you know, use your brains, be smart, you know, have fun, and don't let these guys get you down, because I promise you they're out there. But I think that's it for my rant today. Hope I wasn't too harsh. You know, I have a tendency to be pretty blunt and ramble on, which, you know, they kind of conflict with each other. But again, if you liked the video, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Appreciate you guys being patient with me. I haven't had a video out in a couple weeks. You know, we had Hurricane Matthew come through here, and we lost power, lost the internet. It was a huge debacle. But I'm back up and running now. I've got a couple ship review videos I'm going to send out. I'm trying to get myself to the point where I put out at least one video every week. So, again, I appreciate it, guys. I tried something new with my mic. That has been my main complaint, is that people will have problems hearing me. So let me know in the comments if you were able to hear me, and if you guys have anything else or any specific videos that you'd like to see. Mainly concentrating on tactical right now, because I missed the double XP weekend with that hurricane, and my science officer's still level 30. I think he's level 32 right now, but you know, still, it's gonna be a little bit before I get him up and running. But anyway, guys, I do appreciate it, and I will talk to you in the next video.